Skampa Festival established 20 years ago in this traditional cultural city as well as Elbasan. And he came like in the changing of century and came like the festival of new form. Doesn't mean to exchange the contemporary expression, contemporary value in theater generally, and of course, and about searching aesthetical searching. First of all, I would like to say that in this edition that has the slogan Atlas of Transitions, participated 11 troops, are selected 11 troops, regarding the topic, the theme, that is Atlas of Transition. Doesn't mean the meaning of this kind of participating troops mostly are the performances that express and are about the emigration, about refuge, about the subject, about the community that came from a different culture. And our target have been this kind of community, and the special not only to perform not only in the stage of Skampa but and around of Elbasan.
First of all, I should say that the impact was shown to the big number of participation and attendees of the youngsters and the communities of these areas, because it was the first time that the art and culture and theater went to their, let's say, doors. So the big participation shows a high interest for theater and culture. Secondly, the topic that was dealing with the theater and emigration, problems with immigrants that were coming back, or the refugees as well. This was another, let's say, impact that touched one of the most sensitive topics that was discussed theoretically in the schools, but not seen so practiced through the theater. So we saw the reflection of the youngsters through especially after the theater, and we got some reflection, and we see that the theater really tackled this kind of sensitive issues.
The profile of this kind of festival is the education. Every time this festival in its agenda has a different workshops, and for this year regarding the theme, we organize both together with the other association a big workshop that made by Cantiere Medici from Bologna. It was so interesting, so provocative, and important is it was more interactive between them and audience. I'm so happy about this kind of impact, and I'm hopeful for the future.
One of the points that I might really emphasize is that, yes, Elbasan is multicultural, not because of the heterogeneity or homogeneity, because in fact we are a homogeneous community, meaning that the majorans is the biggest one. But we have minority cultures like Roma and Egyptian communities here that really are very in a high percentage, especially in the Elbasan area. So also we really wanted to go even on these communities as well, not just covering the major areas that really do have the possibility to see and to participate in such activities, but also in these kind of communities. And the Roman Egyptian, for instance, they are not only in Elbasan establishment, but also in these cities that I mentioned before. So one of the, let's say, minorities that attended these culture activities through theater, it was Roma and Egyptian as well. Also the returnees. We call returnees the immigrants who really worked for many years abroad and they come back to their country of origin. In some points they lost, let's say, the connection between the origin culture, and so it is like of transition in their life. So that's why we wanted to also to attract through this activities these target groups as well.
The first of all, I think the theater have the possibility to join the people, the subject, the story, the reality through this kind of movement, the moving of the emigration and refuge, and the different, the community of different culture. Through of them, the theater, this kind of way can take this kind of story, this kind of reality, and to bring in theater. And through the expression of theater, through the ability that theater has, it can offer the contribution of each other and to transmit, okay, and to transmit, because the main aim of the theater is to provoke the temperament of the spectators. So I think this kind of way of theater to create this kind of relation with different groups, different community, I think it's the best way how the different culture can join and can work together for the peace and for to be friendship together. But I think for every artist to do something, the first have to have the courage to say the truth.
I've seen youngsters coming from very poor conditions, very low and social problems conditions, that were really working with the actors, especially with the Cantiere Mertici, for instance, and we saw a great collaboration and really a great interaction, that they were really in depth of the topic, meaning that what is not doing the theory, we are not doing in this info traditional sessions, the theater is doing a very good education way to transmit a message to the people.
Yes, I can bring you my experience in our production of ATK, the Sunflower. One of the participants in the troupe is the origin of Rome. Mm-hmm. The collaboration with him has been wonderful. And now, through this kind of experience, in the last premiere of me, I involved him in the professional